Hello and welcome week one. So, what to expect this week? So, first and foremost, I think it's super important the first 2 weeks of every single month. I really believe this is where the bulk of your outside work should go. Okay, so what I mean by that is in your first 2 weeks, that is when you should be doing all of your follow up from maybe the previous month. That's when you should be really, really focused on maybe people that I've been sharing with, people that have been interested, and I want to get samples out to them, and I want to set up those one on ones, and I want to chat with them. I want to bulk them into getting to classes and education, lessening the time of their exposures. Remember, because people need about 7 to 10 exposures generally to just make a decision like, yes, this is me, or no, this is not for me. So the first 2 weeks, that is when you really, really want to go very hard on that end, because the last 2 weeks or the next 2 weeks, that's when you're going to help focus get them together. And what I mean by that is you get them started and then you help them think about people that might also benefit from what they're experiencing, right? See about helping them use their referral links, right? So that they can maybe get the cost of their kit down. Because even something as simple as, let's say, they have one person that's interested and they get a kit, right? Getting $50 off of a almost $200 kit, $165, that is a huge bonus for a lot of people, right? Like, what would you do if you were at Target and you got a rebate for $50 when you spent $165, right? You would be like, sign me up, let's get that going, right? And so make sure you're offering that to other people as you're helping them get started as well. Because it's a little effort on their part, but with your support, they can be super, super successful. So bulk that up in the first 2 weeks. This first week in particular, this is when you want to focus on making sure every single person knows about all of the monthly promos, okay? So whether you text them, whether you send them an email, whether you call them on the phone, right? Whether you, however you communicate, whether you are making posts on social media and directly messaging and getting that information to them, make sure that you're reaching out to each and every person that is either in your organization or even prospects. Interest them and let them know some things about these promos. So, like, for instance, if there's like a free frankincense that's a 15 ml bottle, let them know why that's such a good deal, right? Let them know how beneficial that is, right? Because most of the time when people purchase things, right, they're not gonna get like almost $150 to $200 worth of free items just for purchasing, right? So they want to be able to understand and see, what is she talking about when she's talking about all these freebies, right? What is she talking about when she's saying, oh, my monthly box is so awesome, right? My essential rewards, right? Most monthly boxes, you're not getting percentages back, right? You're not getting free products just for purchasing monthly, right? So make sure they understand the benefits of those and how powerful that is. It's also important in this first week that you are super realistic about your goals. Write them down. There's so much power in having your goals written down so that you can constantly look at them and go back. And let's say maybe you had goals from last month that you didn't quite reach. That's okay. That's okay, right? We're not always going to make our goals. That's okay. Give yourself some grace and say, hey, what did I do and what can I do differently so that this month I can get closer to those goals, right? What can I adjust? What can I change? How can I grow, right? So that's why it's super powerful and super important that you're constantly writing those goals down, okay? Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. I really want you guys to hear this. Like, anytime anybody in your team, your family, the squad is doing something, anything, congratulate them and shout them like from the roof, okay? They just placed their essential rewards order. Send them a little thank you, awesome, good job, right? They just had an amazing post on what they're diffusing last night. shout them out, right? Because you want to make sure that they are seen, right? You want them to make sure that they know that, like, hey, you're doing a good job. Like, what you're doing, it's working. We're seeing you. We're excited for you, right? So make sure that you're shouting people out. If people ranked up, shout them out. Shout them out. Like, and again, it doesn't have to be necessarily just a social media post. You might just simply send them a text, right? You might send them a card. You might send them a gift card to something that you love, or maybe even a free oil or something like that. So think outside the box. Do whatever's good for like your personality, but have fun with it, right? Make this fun. Like, we want to make sure that we're having a lot of fun. Engagement, okay? So this is super important too, right? They need to see the community even outside of you. Okay, so whether that's engagement, maybe you have your own Facebook group, or maybe it's the Mighty Network, maybe it's the Instagram page or the Facebook page. Make sure that they're, one, connected to those things, right? And two, that you are fully engaged so they can follow your example and see what it looks like and what it takes to also be engaged. Okay, so this is the first week. A lot to get done, but it's really, really fun if you just kind of pace yourself and take it in strides, right? So again, if you have certain goals when it comes to sharing, what does it look like reasonably, as far as how many classes do you need to have, right? How many people do you need to invite to each class? What is the subject matter of different classes? Because you might separate out your people and say, hey, like, this person would really enjoy some Ninja Red, but I actually think that, more people are interested in emotions, and so I'm going to do and set up something that we just specifically talk about emotions, right? So make sure that you're thinking about all of these things as you're crafting, like, what that first week looks like and what that second week looks like. So that's all I got for you guys. Make it an amazing one. Practice your affirmations. Really speak to yourself and see yourself in that next level. All right, guys.